Hey y'all, welcome back to 90 Day Fiance the other way. This is part one of the tell-all, y'all. It didn't do that much for me, okay? I'm just gonna have to be honest. I was like, is this the first part of the tell-all? I'm like, that's it? But okay, we're gonna jump right into it and dissect what actually went on, okay? So first we get the behind the scenes footage of everybody pulling up. Okay, we get Jahoon. Jahoon is like, New York City. All I know about New York City is Home Alone. So Jahoon thinks Home Alone equals New York City. Okay, it's cute. Okay, and him and Devin get into the studio, and the fire alarm goes off, and Jahoon is like, look, what is that? What is that? And Devin was like, it's the fire alarm. He was like, okay, it's a fire. So for some reason they was doing fire testing the day that they were shooting. I'm like, girl, what is going on? Okay, we got Sean Robinson hosting again. Okay, we see Evelyn, Aladdin, and Ronald are all gonna be Skyping in. Okay, Paul shows up by himself. Paul is like, hey, that Karina didn't want to come. She looking after the baby. That's her excuse for not coming, and she didn't feel like Skyping in either. So she just not coming. And I don't care what anybody cares. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I'm gonna keep doing me, and that's it. Okay, I said, okay, Paul. Paul came in there like, girl, I don't care what y'all think. Okay, and then Laura comes. Laura was already crying. Something obviously went down with her and Aladdin. She's saying that she's already embarrassed coming in here because everybody came booed up. I'm like, girl, the only people who have their person is Jahoon and Devin. Everybody else is by themselves in here. I mean, pretty much. Okay, so who else? Corey walked up in there. Corey was like, look, him and Paul were talking, and he was telling Paul that Evelyn wants him to get a whole six-pack and basically wants him to change his whole body before they get married, okay? Because she's like, look, you got a little too much weight on you, and it's not enough for me. I want you to get a six-pack. I don't want you to just get a flat stomach. I want you to get a six-pack, okay, in 6 months, okay? And Paul's trying to play like a relationship counselor, so he's like, so she's making you change your body. Is she changing her body for you? Like, what are you asking of her to change? What are you getting out of it? And Corey's like, well, she agreed to marry me, so that's the compromise of me changing everything about myself for her hand in marriage. That's pretty much it. Okay, and I'm like, Paul was like, it's not good. It's not good. I'm like, Paul, I know you're not talking Paul, okay? But anyway, and who else was in there? Tiffany was in there. Tiffany walked up in there, she was like, hey, y'all, she had a little coffee. She was like, she looked like she just woke up. She was like, girl, I'm tired. Like, I was like, hey, Tiffany, let's just get in here and get things started, okay? So, they all get called to the set. Sean's in there, and they're making sure everybody can hear them, Skyping in, okay? And everybody's like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And they're like, kind of. I mean, I really can't hear y'all, but okay, let's work through this. So so Sean's in there, and she's like, hey y'all, how y'all doing? And they get to asking these little silly little questions, like, girl, y'all foreigners, do Americans have high expectations, so they be doing the most? And the foreigners like, oh, girl, we can't stand them Americans. They be in here thinking they own everything. They be in here trying to colonize, girl. They be in here asking for Wi-Fi, girl. They want too much, okay? They want way too much, okay? I was like, okay, tell us how y'all really feel, okay? Then Sean gets to talking about Submit, okay? And she was like, oh my gosh, were y'all shocked that Submit was married? And everybody's like, yeah, that was crazy. And Jenny was like, I mean, yeah, I was shocked too. It was crazy, you know. I was like, okay, girl. We all were shocked that Smith was married, okay? And then Sean asked if, you know, how has their relationships changed? Like, have their partners changed since the timeline of the relationships and meeting them up until now? And Jahoon is like, look, yeah, Devin, she used to be all romanticist and everything. And she used to, you know, she used to really be a romantist. I said, can somebody correct it? They just kept letting him say romantist. And I'd been like, baby, it's romantic, but go ahead, baby, okay? But he was like, no, I'm a romantist. And now she is like 0.05 romantist. And I was like, okay. And Devin was like, no, I'm romantic. Like, you know, that you're not romantic at all. Like, what are you talking? No, she didn't say she was romantic. She was like, you're not romantic at all either. And so they're like, no, I am. No, you're not. No, I am. No, you're not. And I said, you know what? I'm about to change it. I'm about to change the channel, okay? But I kept watching, okay? Then all of a sudden, Corey, he comes at Ronald and he's like, look, like, you have a lot of addictions and I don't think it's wise to bring Daniel around all those addictions. Matter of fact, I think you just want the green card. So, you know, that's just what it is, okay? And then we can see Ronald on the Skype screen and he is like obviously heated and he's saying something. But 90 Day Fiance, they might, you know, something happened, the connection, we couldn't hear what he was saying, okay? Or he took it off or something. Then the screen goes blank. I think, did he hang up? I don't know, girl. I was like, okay, what is going on? And so we get him back, and he was like, sorry, you know, I got a little heated and stuff like that. And he proceeds to explain himself like, no, I don't have addictions. I have an addiction. Just one, okay. And you know, like everybody makes mistakes. I own up to my mistake, and you know, I don't have to prove anything to you. I just have to prove to, you know, my wife in the blue dress, okay? And I was like, all right, Ronald. And then Tiffany's like, you know what? Like, don't even worry about, you know, Daniel, whatever. Like, y'all have y'all issues. Matter of fact, Corey, you need to worry about Evelyn over here cheating on you and you know. And Corey was like, okay, I mean, let me shut up before y'all bring something else back, okay? Okay, and then we get to this whole Laura and Aladdin thing, and, you know, her having toys or whatever, and I was like, girl, I don't want to think about this, I don't want to see this, it's just like, girl, I was like, Aladdin, can we move on to the next topic? Like, we spent a long time on this topic, okay? So Laura was not feeling fulfilled or whatever, so she got some toys, and Aladdin was highly disrespected. He felt highly disrespected, and so she was like, you know, but I need this, and he was like, okay, and I was like, girl, okay, can we move on? So Tiffany and Evelyn chime in defending Laura. And they're like, you know, she wants it, then let her have it. Like, it's not a big deal. You shouldn't feel disrespected or whatever. And he's like, stay out the business, okay? And I'm like, girl, I don't care either, okay? Then we get you know, Sean sends everybody to, like, the back room. And we get Corey and Evelyn, like, center stage, okay? And so, Corey, there's too many signs for me to feel bad for you at this point. There's too many signs. Evelyn is basically telling you to your face that she is just in it for the money, baby. And I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say. The girl showed up there without wearing her engagement ring. Sean is like, I guess Sean was tipped by the producers, or she saw, you know, she didn't see an engagement ring on her hand. Sean was like, lift your hands up a little bit like this, do like this. And Evelyn was like, huh? And she was like, so you're not wearing your engagement ring? And she's like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh my gosh, I forgot. And Corey's like, okay, wow, okay, it's all right, you know, it's okay. Corey says the wedding is gonna be in like 6 months, And Evelyn is like, not if you don't have a six-pack or you don't learn anything about my culture, my language and stuff like that. Like, that's probably not gonna happen. So you say 6 months, I say never. So we gonna meet somewhere in the middle, okay? And I was like, all right. So we, with the whole engagement ring thing, Evelyn not wearing her engagement ring, we get some chirping in the back room, okay? And Jenny's like, oh my gosh, if Samit gave me an engagement ring, I would always have it on. But that means he would be married. Even if he'd be married, you still wear an engagement ring, like, even though he's married, you would still wear an engagement. What would the engagement ring mean if he's already married, girl? But okay. All right. Sean asked Corey how much he spent on her. He's like, I spent $40,000, girl. With the cocktail bar and other stuff, like giving her money, for properties and stuff that this girl never really came to fruition like that. $40,000, okay. And Evelyn is like, look, she's like, in my culture, like, the men take care of the woman, and that's just what it is, and that's what I expect. And Sean is like, is it true that, your boyfriends have always, like, you expect your boyfriends to, like, pay for you and stuff like that? And she's like, yes, okay. So Evelyn is she's not being dishonest, okay? She's telling Corey what it is straight from the jump, okay? So if she's being honest. So if Corey doesn't, like, if he hears the truth and is still rolling with it, then girl, I don't, what can I say? Okay, he loves it, so that's what it is. So we get some more chirping in the break room when he says he spent $40,000, and Jahuna's like, oh, he must be rich, and everybody's like, no, he not rich no more after $40,000 he spent. And I said, y'all are some messy messes, okay? So we get to Sean bringing up the part where Evelyn, cheated on him when Evelyn says that they were on a break, but Corey's like, what break? I thought, like, she says that we were on a break, but I don't remember the break. So like, we wasn't on a break, or like, I was like, were y'all on a break? Were y'all together? Were y'all not together? It's not a hard question, no, okay? But Evelyn, we see clips of that, and we get Evelyn. Of course, Evelyn's playing the victim. She's like, look, like, like, you're making me feel bad or whatever. And she's just being rude to him. She's like, look, if you don't trust me, then you can go find somebody else. Like, I don't care. I mean, she's being rude, but she's being honest. So Corey, if you don't take heed, baby, I don't know what to tell you, okay? So he's like, so what are we then? If you want me to go, if you want me to go find somebody else, like, what are we? And she's like, we're engaged, with my imaginary ring on, we engaged, okay? So that's what it is, okay? So Sean's like, we're gonna bring Raul in here, okay? Raul was, Corey's like, he's the only, friend he really has in Colombia like that. Raul told him about Evelyn cheating or whatever with, her ex-boo. And Raul admits that they had like a little fling, like a little kiss, but that was pretty much it. And so Corey's like, that's my only homeboy I got in Colombia. And so Sean's like, you know what, you think that's your homeboy, the only homeboy you have in Colombia? Let's bring in Raul and show you a behind-the-scenes clip, okay, to break your heart. So they show the behind-the-scenes clip of Raul and Evelyn talking or whatever. And Evelyn's like, yo, why you told, Corey about me and homeboy? Like, why would you do that? Like, mind your business, okay? And Raul was like, I thought he needed to know, like, it was important for him to know. And, I told him or whatever, but what's up with me and you? Okay? He was like, what's up with me and you, though? Like, I know you got this whole Corey situation going on, but what is up with me and you? I like you, girl. Stop playing with me, okay? That's basically what he said. Evelyn was like, chill. Like, I love you, but as a friend, so, like, chill, okay? And he was like, one day I'ma win your hand over. I'ma be in the shadows for right now, waiting for the opportunity, okay? And so that was the clip. And then we cut back to Corey, and Corey's like, so you was trying to get with her? Like, you still feel this way? And Raul was like, yeah, I love Evelyn. Like, she's a beautiful girl. She's the most beautiful girl in the world to me. You know what I'm saying? But, y'all together, so that's whatever. And, he's like, what? I would love to be your best man. Matter of fact, I want y'all to be together. I want to be your best man. But you know, if y'all break up, just know Raul's gonna be there for Evelyn, baby. That's just what it is, okay? I said, Raul, you are just let me tell you something. Evelyn and Raul are very honest, okay? They're like, look, this is what it is, like boom boom bow boom bow bow, and I'm gonna be in the shadows waiting for y'all to break up. And please make me your best man so I can, you know, see where y'all be at, just in case Evelyn needs a shoulder to cry on, okay? You know what I'm saying? And Corey was like, well, that's messed up. And Raul was like, that's what it is, man. Okay. So, Raul says, Raul's like, Corey, you've been in Colombia for a couple of years now, and you don't even know how to ask for a glass of water. Like, what do you do? What have you been listening to the language? Have you been trying to pick it up? Like, you don't even care to pick up the language. I mean, and I agree. Like, if they had said this before with the whole cast too, it's like, if y'all want to embrace this person's culture, I do think it's disrespectful that they don't learn, like, about their culture, or at least learn a little bit of their language. You know what I mean? Like, I guess they don't have to, but in a sense, like, they have learned your language, so why not learn their language? You know what I'm saying? So I agree on that. Like, you don't even know how to ask for a glass of water. Like, come on, man. So so they end the scene or whatever, and you know, Corey goes back to the break room, and they gassing Corey up in the break room. They're like, Corey was like, oh my gosh, was that weird, or was it just me? And everybody's like, oh my gosh, that was so weird. Raul, he wants your girl, like. And Paul was like, I felt so bad for you, man. I felt so bad for you. That was messed up, okay? And Corey's like, yeah, but I'm gonna still be with her, and it's not, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, Corey. Okay, Corey. So then we get a little bit of Laura and Aladdin, okay? So obviously something happened between Laura and Aladdin, because she came into the studio crying, and she came in, you know, face all red, like something was going on with her and Aladdin, okay? So you can tell lots of things have happened, because soon as Laura sits down or whatever, her and Aladdin are going like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Sean can barely get a word in, okay? So Sean is like, what happened, okay? And Laura says that, you know, living over there, she gets like lonely, because like lonely if he leaves for like hours at a time or whatever. And so one day she was like, I'm gonna just go to the coffee shop, okay? And Aladdin said when he got home, he couldn't find Laura, and he asked his mama, he was like, you know, where is Laura? And his mama was like, I don't know. And he was like, that is highly disrespectful, okay? And so I guess he made a whole he made a whole bit about it, and yeah, Laura didn't like it, okay? And do I feel bad for Laura? No, because you want to embrace this man's culture. He's saying in his culture, like, to be with him, he wants to know where you are. I don't think it's a new thing that he's saying, like he's probably been saying it. So for you to think that it's gonna change, like, I'm just like, maybe you're delusional. Like, you agreed to this man and his culture, and you agreed to live over there, you know? So you have to respect their culture in a sense. So it's like, she still wants to live the way she lived in America over there. And he's saying that, you know, you can't do that. So, I mean, I don't know what to believe, but I'm kind of like, Laura, like, what did you expect? Like, I don't understand. And so she's like, he's like, it's highly disrespectful. You disrespectful. Like, you don't understand. You don't understand my culture. You want to marry me. You don't understand my culture. Like, you know, it's just a culture barrier. It's like, you know, it's an everything barrier, okay, between them. And they just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm like, Sean, get control of this girl, okay? And so she's like, you know, you've been treating me like this because, you know, I can't pay the rent. And he's like, yeah, I've been paying the rent. And she's like, yeah, but I have paid the rent in the past. And he's like, yeah, but I'm paying the rent now, and I paid for the wedding and stuff like that. And so Sean asked her, like, you know, like, you out of money? She's like, yeah, I'm out of money. They cut my pension. And so I don't have no money anymore, okay? And she's like, but that's probably why Aladdin doesn't want to be with me anymore, and that's why he wants a divorce. And Sean is like, hold up, who wants a divorce? And she's like, Aladdin. And Aladdin's like, you know, because you're highly disrespectful, okay? And I was like, girl, so of course we're going to pick up on this whole divorce situation, okay? For part 2 of the tell-all. But girl, I was underwhelmed with this tell-all, okay? Hopefully part 2 is better. But let me know what y'all thought of it down below. Let's discuss. Did y'all like the tell-all? Did y'all enjoy it? Like let me know. Am I missing something? But anyways, I love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Give me a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell so you see when I post these videos. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.